Hi, welcome. So welcome back to Krokaru Channel, and today we're covering chapter 5 of how to get a job in Japan from overseas. Okay, so let's get right into it. All right, so today we're going to be covering basically what to do after you get the job offer. So congratulations, you passed the interviews and now you got a job offer. So what to do next? Okay, so point number 1 is you need to check the conditions closely. So I know it's very exciting to get a job offer and to finally be able to move to Japan, but you need to definitely look at the contract terms or the job offer very closely, each and every point, and basically understand what the contract means or what the job offer means. And if you have questions, please contact your employer and ask further questions about, please could you explain this point to me, please could you explain that point to me. That would be very helpful because you don't want to get into something that you might regret later on and might not be easy to get out of. Okay, and then point number 2, consult with your career advisor or your recruiter if you do have one, but if you don't have one, please consult with the HR of the employer that you're going to be working for. But if you do have access to a career advisor or recruiter with that company, definitely consult with them and ask additional questions, ask for advice, ask for some insight. Just basically consult with them. They will be very helpful in helping you to understand some of the things that you might not understand by yourself. And then point number 3, don't be greedy. I know some people, sometimes they will get a job offer and immediately they want to negotiate for higher salary. Oh, I want a higher salary, Don't be greedy. I'm not saying settle for poor salary. I'm not saying settle for very horrible salary or working conditions. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying if you do get a fair offer, don't be greedy and then go back to the employer and demand for a higher offer or for more, salary, more benefits and things like that, because they might end up pulling back the offer and then going on with someone else. Because trust me, there's always option B, option C. So remember, you're not the only person that, in as much as you might have won the race, but they also have backup people that they could easily just employ as well. So like I said, I'm not saying don't settle for poor working conditions, don't settle for poor salaries, but don't be greedy. If you get a fair offer, accept it, start from there and build your career. Okay, and then now I'm going to touch on points that cover applying from overseas. So point number 1 is, so after you receive the job offer, you will get a list of documents, or you will get a package from your employer with basically all the details that you need to either submit to them or documents that you need to maybe send to the embassy. Each position is different, so I can't speak for each and every position, but basically the employer that's going to be employing you here in Japan, they will either send you a list of documents that you need to send here to Japan, and then they process the visa for you, or you might have to process it from your country. I'm not sure how each country works, but basically that's it. They will let you know what you need to submit. And then things that you need to note or to be very careful of is you should not pay a cent to the employer. So if any company asks you to send money to process your visa, that's a red flag. Please be very careful, because there's other companies not companies, but there's people out there scamming other people. So if any employer asks you to pay any kind of money to process your visa, I would be very worried because that's kind of like a scam. Usually employers are supposed to process all the paperwork for you for free. So do not pay any money to anybody. And if you're not clear, I would go to Japan embassy in your country and sit down with them and ask them for help to either research on the company to find out if it's legit, also find out more details about, the company. And then point number 2 is please do not send your original copies of your certifications or your documents. Photocopies should definitely be fine. So any company asking you to send original copies, please be very careful, because like I've said, there's many scammers online, many people scamming other people. So photocopies should be fine. Anybody asking for your original certificates, I would be very careful about that. And then I think I've already mentioned this a little bit. Please also double check with Japan embassy in your country just to find out more if this is the normal process of how the visa goes, how the visa process goes. Please also talk to them and find out if they can find out if this company is a legit company, because they can do that research for you, because you don't want to get scammed at the end of the day, or probably get into really horrible situations like human trafficking, because those situations are very real. So please talk to Japan Embassy in your country as well, just to double check. And then the final point is you need to prepare some money when moving to Japan. So I know you would have gotten a job or secured a job, but definitely in the first month or month and a half of coming to Japan, you need to have money to pay for your rent, you need to have money to buy food, you need money for transportation, just daily living. So you can't come to Japan empty-handed with nothing and, you know, expect to survive. So I would recommend saving money and preparing money to start off with. And every person is different, but at least if you could prepare at least about $3,000 to start off with, that should be enough to carry you through until you get your first salary. Because remember, when you get a job offer, it doesn't mean that you will start off with a salary. You have to work first and then you get a salary. So you need to save and prepare money to come and start off with here in Japan. All right, so that's it for chapter 5, and I'll be seeing you in our last chapter next video. So thank you again for watching.